Be my lawyer, not the lawyer for the migrants showing up in my backyard.
Hey, Bill, we were telling you that for years. No open borders, Bill Maher. Oh, you piece of shit.
God, I love big wings like that, like Publix wings. They're always giant.
It's so good. I'm starving. New rule, okay?
And finally, new rule, if there's one thing the Johnny Depp trial proved, it's that in this world, you gotta have a good lawyer. I won't rehash the gory details of the case, but there were some bad stumbles on this side. While conversely, thanks to Camille Vasquez, Johnny's name has been cleared, if not his bloodstream.
That's kind of funny.
Point being, you need a good representative in court, which made me think, where else does that term representative come up? Oh yeah, Congress. You see, in the American political system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally stupid groups. The Republicans, who normalize constitutional crimes, and the Democrats...
Shut up, Bill. Shut the fuck up.
...who pit identity groups against each other. These are their stories. Last week, an 85% Latino congressional district on the border
The fact they have to keep talking about this
with Mexico, which had always voted heavily Democratic, flipped to the red team. And the campaign manager for the losing Democrat said, "We gave up a reliably Democratic congressional seat for no reason at all. We deserve to know why."
Can I tell you why?
I mean, I think there's a couple of theories.
I think we all know why.
There's definitely theories floating around.
Let's see what Bill says.
Well, aside from your terrible attitude,
it's kind of funny.
I'm going to tell you why. Because these voters stopped seeing your candidate as their lawyer. That's why. Their message to you was, I'm an American now. I'm here. Be my lawyer, not the lawyer for the migrants showing up in my backyard.
Hey, Bill, we were telling you that for years. No open borders, Bill Maher. Oh, you piece of shit.
It's different now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's different now?
Because they're losing.
Oh, sure. We were saying that for a real long time, Bill.
Yeah, but now they're losing. And he's panicking.
But, again, I don't feel these assertions are borne out by stats, because they have stats from different governmental departments. Like you say, there are actually 30 million illegals, whereas every other department I can find
Well, they're all using
12.
the same number, though. They're going by the census figures. So if you take the census figures, it doesn't matter who looks at the census figures. They're going to give you the same number. It's been 11 million for a decade. And I explain in the book where that number comes from, and I think it comes from a more reliable source.
But where do you get from 12 to 30?
I'll be happy to explain it. I think it's easier to read. It was a couple of Bear Stearns analysts, and they said this
Bear Stearns? That's a financial group, isn't it?
Why, yes, it is, and advising something about something more important than some dumb census report, their money. So they said, look, this is crazy. People who have trekked thousands of miles, left their families behind, broken laws, stolen Social Security cards, are not going to be filling out government surveys. And in fact, California did a survey in Hispanic communities asking out here, are you illegal? Did you fill out the survey? There was a backup survey and only 40% answered that survey. So it's silly to think that we're getting honest answers here. So what the Bear Stearns analysts looked at was remittances to Mexico. They looked at school enrollments. They looked at housing permits, and they came to the conclusion that it was 20 million. That was back in 2005. Then the two famous Pulitzer Prize-winning journalists, Bartlett and Steele, very famous for Time magazine and for, you can look up, they have their own Wikipedia page just themselves. They spent a year investigating it, and they said, we're getting 3 million a year. So my 30 million estimate, that was in 2006. My 30 million estimate is a very low estimate. Let's say it was only 1 million a year since 2005. The minimum.
Surprised I'm not Hispanic. Well, okay, so I mean, I've read everywhere that actually the net immigration from Mexico in the last 7 years has been zero, but because our economy got worse, theirs got better. Mexican women used to have 7 children, and now they have 2. I think that would make a big difference. So let's say everything you say is true, which it isn't.
I love Bill Maher's audience never knowing how to clap now for him. It's my favorite.
Every month I see.
Are we allowed? Are we allowed?
Is that what I think I just figured out? That's what DeSantis is always doing. He's doing an impression of
Bill Maher's audience.
Of Bill Maher's audience.
And in the end, they never clap.
A new poll reporting how much Latinos despise the woke term Latinx.
How many percent? What percent? 99% of Hispanics? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's about as popular.
By the way, the way they wrote Latinx kind of looks like there'd be a title of a UPN show.
Really does,
right? Like Latinx.
With them
up before SmackDown.
Exactly.
Reboot of Speedy Gonzalez.
My favorite was Slowpoke Rodriguez. I'm very sleepy.
Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid.
Damn it. I hate what he stands for, but he can be funny.
See, I would. The thing with Bill Maher is that at least the people on that side aren't gonna listen to him.
Right.
So we got that going for us.
That's true.
And more of them now than ever are identifying as Republican. So are Asian Americans, whose support for Democrats is down 16 points.
Maybe because you keep punching them in the back of the head.
Since the last.
Yeah, and maybe because they can't, like, you're literally forcing them out of college.
Yeah, that's probably another reason.
Maybe because you now have Asian quotas at colleges. You can only have one.
Yeah, one Asian.
No Asians allowed.
But this is a Chinese study class.
A lot of that is because in the name of achieving equity in schools, Democrats in deep blue cities have made it a mission to eliminate the advanced programs at which Asian kids excel.
What's going on here?
They want us.
They're dying. They're dying. The party's dying, and this is what they're doing. They're swinging.
And it's all planned to make us dumb and take our guns and make us just.
Oh, of course.
Just complete idiots, not let anybody excel at anything.
Yeah.
Asian parents said, okay, I wish all kids well, not a racist, but I need someone who acts like my lawyer. If you're a parent and wanted schools to reopen a lot sooner than they did after COVID shutdowns, or think maybe your kid is getting a bad education, partly because it's nearly impossible to fire a lousy teacher, yeah, you're going to say, congratulations, teachers, you got yourself a good lawyer.
So Bill Maher is not doing Tucker Carlson monologues. Is that what's happening now?
Okay, and finally, new rule. Someone must tell all the parents who now say that the recent homeschooling has left them with a new appreciation for teachers. It's about time. Okay, but how about we go beyond giving teachers newfound respect? How about we also give them the benefit of the doubt? Ask any teacher what their #1 complaint is, and it's helicopter parents sticking their noses in. Doing their kids' work for them, trying to adjust grades, and undermining discipline. You have 2 kids and you want to strangle them. Can you imagine having to deal with an entire classroom full of tiny, sticky strangers? It used to be the teacher would send home a report card about the behavior of the child. Now it's the behavior of the teacher that gets judged. I've heard it from teachers many times. And the next time that there is a classroom disagreement where a teacher says one thing and your kid says another, side with the teacher. I mark the onset of American decline to the moment parents started siding with their children instead of with the teachers.
And again, Bill Maher, this is your fault. You're never forgiven for all the things you've done that built this, so I will never forgive you for that. But that being said, yeah, Democrats are like, we're losing, and the only way to win is to pretend we're Republicans. Like, I don't understand what's happening.
The Democratic Party's always got your back, 100%. But I've noticed my kid is kind of an idiot. So I may be looking for new representation. President Biden wants to cancel hundreds of billions of dollars in student debt. Okay, but the poorer 2/3 of American kids who don't get a college degree are going to say, why should the people who didn't go to college and make less money subsidize the people who did go and make more?
Hi, Bill. Welcome to. But this is the problem. This has been stuff that we were being screamed at to you for how long? Like years. Before Obama, we were saying this shit.
And here's the thing: as soon as the Democrats get power back, he'll go right back to his old tricks.
Oh, of course. That's why this
He's
is
just
all
panicking because if we don't
votes.
he's like, if you don't start talking like me at least for a few months, you're fucked.
Yep.
He doesn't mean any of this shit.
No, of course not. I don't buy it.
You want me to chip in so some liberal arts college can build a bigger rock wall?
This sounds like something a MAGA dude would be saying in his car with like a big
Like
beard.
you said, a Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, but no,
This is a Tucker Carlson monologue.
exactly. This is what this is.
You're not my lawyer. A universal basic income probably sounds pretty good to a lot of people struggling without a college degree. And a number of cities have been running pilot programs in guaranteed income.
How they doing?
But the West Hollywood program had to be suspended because it was unconstitutional. They set up a program where 25 residents were to get $1,000 for 18 months, but only a few identified as LGBT, the rest of that.
Did he just say the rest of that?
Somebody's tired.
I'm tired, boss. I don't want to work no more.
It's just like, man.
Oh God, this is one thing about they're gonna take him around back and put him out.
Why? Because they need money more than any other people? Because no one in West Hollywood will hire a gay person?
For those people that are not from America, there's a few that listen.
That's very funny.
It's so many gay people in
Nobody in West Hollywood
It's nuts.
who will hire a gay person.
The lesbian had to laugh. Or man.
When he ran in 2020, Bernie Sanders said he would legalize marijuana on his first day as president, but that the business of selling pot would be awarded first to those who suffered most from the drug war. And you know what? I can't argue with that instinct. The drug war has been a horrendous instrument of prejudice and punishment for racial minorities. So it seems fair that they jumped the line for weed franchises the way Indians did for casinos. But it's also what's holding up Republican support for legalizing weed nationally, which would be good for everybody. And these are the hard, practical choices the Democrats have to weigh. Redress the past, or reach out to the gettable white voter who says, you know what, I'd like a shot at getting in the pot business.
Wow, he sounds like a white nationalist right now.
He is getting.
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to
this
disavow.
wow.
I want to disavow right now.
Wow, that really
'Cause
sounds like.
I don't want to get struck. I don't want to break terms
Yeah,
of
look.
service here.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what a fucking white nationalist Bill Maher is talking about.
So,
Well, before I answer that question, full disclosure, I'm a white person. No, it's true. I attend all the meetings and will even admit that sometimes if I'm feeling down, my girlfriend will buck me up by saying, Bill, you are a strong, proud, beautiful white man. It's true. So I know these people. And the good news for Democrats is that making working class whites buy what you're selling isn't that hard. I mean, they drink Budweiser.
I guess we could just retire Fillmore now.
Yeah, forget Fillmore. It's just Bill Maher now. New rule, okay? Black people still get arrested for weeds, and white people get franchises.
Yes.
All right, let's do it,
That
Bill.
would be super big.
Hilarious, right?
But to do that, our entire audience. But to do that, I'm going to need a good lawyer who fights for me. And then there's abortion. A difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on. But they're trying.
Oh, this came out before the Roe v. Wade thing. I think this
It's
is like
still
this
great.
clip's like
I know.
No, it makes it funnier though because
Okay.
he's literally warning them like
Okay, let's see. I gotta see this. Oh, I'm in.
For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up.
Kids don't say that anymore.
When the wokey end of the progressive spectrum talks about abortion now, they shy away from that word women and prefer terms like birthing people or people who menstruate, because somewhere there's a trans man who's pregnant, and I say good for him, and I'll be...
He couldn't help it. He had to break because the audience laughed. He couldn't.
you took it too far,
I'll be
man.
looking for his story somewhere in a future issue of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Oh, Democrats, let's take the first fucking word a human animal understands, mama, and replace it with something best understood by 4 Trotskyites at Berkeley.
What's happening?
As with all these issues, the wavering voter is saying to her lawyer, the Democratic Party, hey, so happy for you that you have so many other clients and that you care so much about their problems and all the pro bono work you do. But you're supposed to be my lawyer.
But the problem is, Bill, whenever anybody talks about the great replacement, they're racist. But what did you just describe? That a group of people are getting preferential treatment over other people because of the color of their skin? Is that what you're saying?
But then you kept also adding a bunch of people to this weird list.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now, and somehow, even with all the people on the list, there's still a minority. So there's still a lot of people that are like, "What about me?"
Super weird, right?